guys, how's it going? Happy New Year. 2019 is, I suppose officially here is the term that people would use. I didn't get as much done to the cars over the Christmas as I thought I was going to do. Mainly because it was raining, it was cold, and I was playing Red Dead Redemption 2 for pretty much the whole Christmas. If you haven't got it, get it. It is incredible. So, yeah, so today is dry. I was looking at the app on my phone and it says there's going to be a 0 chance of rain. How accurate that'll be, who knows. It is cold though. It's like 7 degrees, but it says it has like a real feel of 4. Hence the hat and the jacket and everything. So yeah, I'm going to get sanded. I'm going to start sanding down the engine bay to start getting it ready that I can paint it, so I can start putting the bits off the other Laurel back into it. Because I want to get the engine out of the other Laurel, the donor, the L24E, start getting that fixed up and ready to go into it. Other updates is I got a free engine a week before Christmas or something. Got an RB20 Neo non-turbo. What I was thinking of doing with it is to put it into the Cephro to get that running and driving around the place. The only problem is I don't have an ECU for it, and the cast module on the camshaft is missing. So I don't know, I'm just going to leave the engine there. I'll show you later on. Just going to leave it there, keep it in storage for a while, see what I'm going to do. I also got 2 manifolds with it as well. Obviously this one here is for the non-turbo engine, but this one is obviously for a turbo engine, RB20, and it's actually perfect that I got this because my exhaust manifold, it has a hairline crack along here or here, I can't actually remember. So perfect, to save me having to buy a new one. I always love when you get free parts, it's great. So yeah, we'll check out the Laurel. I'm going to just point out what I have to do. I need to watch where I'm walking because the dog was shiting everywhere. So this is it. This is what it is, how I left it from the last time. You can see it is pretty much bare. There's not too much rust around the place. It's all really kind of surface stuff from what I found so far. Yeah, need to get in. The pain with this is that there's a lot of gunk everywhere, and like I've been trying my best to clean this thing. Probably could try a little bit better. Like you can see there is just like crap. So yeah, as I start sanding it down, I'm hoping that that's going to come off. It's probably not, it's probably going to contaminate everything, but I really should care. So yeah, let's get cracking. Also, my poor Safiro is just like sitting here underneath this tarp because I had to put the Laurel in there, so the Cephro just ended up getting pushed outside, and I just covered it because there's no windows in it. So the other thing that is actually really annoying about the Laurel is the back doors are stuck, like they won't open. And I've tried to unlock it from the inside, so it's come off somewhere. See, I'm taking all the interior out of this Laurel and putting it into that one. Like I could just pull off the door card, but I don't want to damage it, and I'm probably not going to find a replacement one that is exactly the same as it. So the only thing I can think of that if I take out the rear seats, and it might give me the space so that I can pop the door cards off without having to open the door and then look at opening up that way. I'd nearly swear that sanding down an engine bay is my favourite part of working on any car because I've done it on far too many. The 180, the Cephro 3 times, the Laurel is the next one, but it is going to be the same colour as the rest of the car. I'm not going mad with this one, which is... Actually, sorry, I'm going to stop saying I'm not going to go mad with this one because I just do it anyway, regardless. Preparation is going to be key for this thing because I don't want it to turn out to be pure crap when I finished it. I'm going to do a epoxy primer over the whole engine bay once I have it all finished sanding down. I'm not going to be taking the battery tray out of it. It doesn't seem too bad underneath from what I can see. No, it should be alright. But I'm going to sand it down with some 320 paper. Then when I have that all done, degrease the whole thing, then get it ready to put a 2-part epoxy primer over the whole thing and see how I get on from there. I'm probably going to have to do some filler in a couple of areas, like here. There's a couple of marks in it that I'm not 100% happy about. I'll see what way my mood is. So I've got a full box of primer here. I'm going to run a guide coat over the entire engine bay, let it dry off, and see where I need to go from there, because I think it's just the easiest way that I can do these things. So like, I'm not a painter, so I'm sure you guys have much more efficient ways of doing these things, but this is probably just going to be the easiest one for me. So I think I'm almost at the stage that I can nearly start priming this. It's not going to rain today, but it is cold, so I'm going to bring the heater out to heat up the shed, just make it better for painting. I still have lots of sanding to do. It was 2:30 last night when I finished. So my idea of the guide coat, it really did help. I still have a good bit more sanding to do, but it was helpful to see the places where I hadn't sanded. This didn't turn out too bad. It was fairly pitted because of the rust that was on it, but I ran the angle grinder over with the wire wheel just to kind of take the heavy bits off it. So I'm hoping that after I prime it I can maybe build it up a little bit. Also, there was a couple of places on it that I just ran a bit of filler over. This part here on the firewall and just that piece there where I plated it. So I'm hoping that I can get this painted today and start getting bits off the other Laurel and put it back into this engine bay. I've no wife today because she's gone off shopping, because I told her I was going at the car. I know you might think that it's bright outside. No, it's these LED lights that I bought in the range. They're unreal. Picked up a second one, it was like 20 quid. It was brighter than the other one that I bought. So I have actually plenty of daylight in here now. I'll show you. And by daylight I just mean that it's bright, because what I was working on before was a lead lamp. So here the whole thing is in primer. Now I know you're going to look at here and say, what is the story that's going on? It is guide coat. So I have this handy little yoke here for running guide coat around the engine bay. So you can see I've done a little bit of it there. So I'll just go out the light so you can kind of see what I do. So there's nothing here. Put it on, give it a bit of a squirt, and you go around it like that. And hey presto. So it is just really to help you when you are sanding down the primer, getting it ready for base coat and lacquer. Now I know there's plenty of guys who are probably body shop guys who know this already, but this thing here, it's really cool. I don't really like using aerosol spray paint to run a guide coat. I know plenty of guys do. I don't. So I'm just going to get started now with putting this guide coat all over the whole entire engine bay and see where I go from there. Right, so I pretty much got all the guide coat down. There's still a couple of small areas that I need to go over again with it. And there's a few places that it wouldn't stick to either, so I think it's just that the paint had smoothed itself out and wasn't as rough as all the rest of it. So I'm going to go over the whole entire engine bay with 800 grit sandpaper. Now I got these ones here, they're the Softback abrasive paper, so you just pull it out as you need to, rip it off, and it's a handy way of storing it. So everything that I'm using on the work that's going into this car, I'm going to put it in the description below the video. If it's something that you're interested in getting, you can see where you can get it for yourself. So enough of chatting and time to start sanding. Right, so the engine bay is painted on the Laurel. I'm delighted how it turned out. Now I wasn't sure what colour to go, so I threw it up on Instagram for people to help me decide. The choice was between silver and Kawasaki green. Don't ask me why, I just love Kawasaki green, but I couldn't decide which I wanted. And you know, everyone was right with their comments. They said go silver, so I went with, I think it's Frost Silver. So look, we'll just check it out and see what you think. So there it is, painted up. I'm really happy how it turned out. I don't think I have that many. I have a couple of runs in it, but look, I'm not too bothered. It's an engine bay at the end of the day. And I know you're probably giving out that I've gone a bit of overspray with the headlamp motor. Doesn't matter, that's coming off because I got a new one to go onto it. So no, I'm so happy with how it's turned out. So the next thing that I have to do is start putting everything back together. Now there's no point in me just taking stuff off the other Laurel and throwing it into this without tidying it up, seeing as though I'm after painting this. So all the bits that are coming off that other Laurel, I'm going to give them a bit of a clean and throw them into this. Not doing anything too mad, just want to have them nice looking. So yeah, pretty much need to start stripping the other Laurel now to get this one back together.